Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this episode of the Gamers Podcast. Today is pretty much more or less of like a rant video, if you might want to call it that way. Not really going off of a script or reading off another article like I usually do. It's pretty much just more or less of an opinion-based video. And I was thinking about this a few days ago, and I was thinking just in general, and then I decided to make it a podcast. And I decided to talk about it. So I might be talking about the possibilities of will there be another Batman Arkham game. For those of you guys who know, I am a huge Arkham. I like Batman in general, but the Arkham games are my favorite in particular. The Batman Arkham games. There's only been like four so far, and I don't really a lot of Arkham fans don't really like to count Origins because it wasn't that good of a game. But the main ones that I've played are Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham City. I know I didn't really do those in order or anything like that, but particularly, I'm pretty much throwing out my opinions on why they might be making another Arkham game or why they might not. There's a lot of reasons on why they might not or why they might. And I'm also going to be sharing some fan ideas on like what I would like to see another Arkham game be about. And I know, there's been like Gotham Knights and everything like that. I'm just strictly talking about the Arkham title. So it would be Batman, Arkham, whatever, whatever title it would be. It would just be strictly like an Arkham title. So this including like all the other Batman games and like Gotham Knights and whatnot. So in particular, a couple of reasons why I think they're not. Well, first of all, this is a spoiler, so if you haven't played any of the Arkham games, just click off this video. Spoiler, okay, this is your final warning. So Batman does die at the end of Arkham Knight if you follow the story like canonically. Batman does end up dying, and that's kind of how the Arkham game is. That's kind of how the Arkham series ends, which that's okay. It gives a good ending to it. And how might you say, well, if Batman's dead, theoretically, how are they going to make another Arkham game? In my opinion, it doesn't strictly have to be Batman, even though I know the title would be like Batman Arkham something. But it doesn't strictly have to be for Batman because, and here's where it goes into my like fan fiction, fan ideas, if you will. So what I would really like to see is because Robin was left alive, in the Arkham Knight, Jason Todd, which was also Arkham Knight, if you guys didn't know, that's another spoiler. He's still alive as far as I know. He kind of disappeared towards the end of the game there. So what I would kind of like to see is, and I know technically it wouldn't really make sense because Robin was Jason Todd's replacement, and I don't really see how they would ever really work out together. Since Batman kind of replaced Jason Todd with Robin, but what I would like to see is if it's kind of like a Batman and Robin situation, but with Jason Todd and Robin, and I'm not sure how that would work out in a game, but it would certainly be something I would like to see. It'd probably be easier said than done for them to make it work out, but I would certainly like to see Robin and Jason Todd working together in another Arkham game. They could work together and fight crime in a specific scenario. Now that's just an idea that I was thinking of, and I would really love to see that. If not Jason Todd, I would love for it to be revolving around Robin himself, and maybe some other characters that they could build in here. So it would be Batman, and then it would be like Robin's story or something like that, which I would really enjoy how to see that. I think that would be really fun to see and interesting to see in another Arkham game if they were to make it. Now, of course, they could make another game like that just without the Arkham title, but I'm just trying to stick it to like the Arkham title specifically. So it'd be technically the fifth game in the franchise of Arkham, and that's the storyline I would want to see. That's like what I would want to see as a fan. Now, will they do it like that? Maybe not. Who knows? But I don't know. That's just an idea I was thinking of. And then maybe giving a few reasons on why I think they won't be making it. And there's nothing really announced. Nothing too major was announced on anything. So I'm not really going off of anything here. I'm just throwing out some ideas on if they actually were to make another one, what I would like to see. So this is why do I think they're not going to make one? I personally think it's because I don't think they really need to. They kind of already, they wrote off Batman and at the end of Arkham Knight. Everything was kind of said and done. Everything's kind of squared away. The Joker's dead, even though he was following around in Batman's head, which is very annoying. But Joker's, pretty much dead. He, all the other characters, like Scarecrow, this threat of Scarecrow, he's not dead. He's just locked up in the jail cell, but he pumped him with his own fear toxin. So I don't want to write him off as dead, but he's kind of written off if you are able to complete the Nightfall protocol. And this is all like if you complete the Arkham Knight canonically, like this is the canon ending. Um, it's pretty much like all the villains of Gotham and all that stuff. They're all locked up. Granted, now they could always, break out and end up causing more trouble. But it's just kind of like I guess that's just kind of how they wrote off those characters. So that's why I see it. Like theoretically, why it couldn't happen, like why it wouldn't happen, because it just wouldn't make too much sense. Now, of course, they could create like a whole new storyline, but it just wouldn't make sense. Like they could create new villains, but like outside the main villains, like there wouldn't be too much to go off of. And one of the also reasons I think that they would make another one is, first of all, I think a lot of fans do want to see another Arkham game, including me. So I think they would do it for the fans, but not just that, because, there is plenty of routes they could go. Like, I just kind of listed why they couldn't. But there's plenty of routes they could go. Like I said, the Robin way, or they could go like with maybe a new character. They could create like a new character. There always is. What was his name? There is always Azrael. That was his name. Now this doesn't really follow the comics or anything. It just follows the Arkham game strictly. There is always Azrael, which could kind of follow in his footsteps after Batman dies, and he could follow in Batman's footsteps, kind of like how he trained him and everything. Of course, that would only apply to the Arkham games because there's different adaptations of Azrael, like in the comic book, so it only really follow the games. So there could always be that. Like they could go plenty of routes with it. And the main question is, will they, or will they just leave it how it is? I don't know. Of course, they could always go into backstories. They could always like go back in time, which I don't think they would. That's just like an idea I threw out there. I don't think they would. But the main question is, will they make one? I can't say for sure, but those are just a few of the ideas that I had personally. Like maybe why they would make it or why they wouldn't make it, and that personally. At the end of the day, do I think they're going to make one? Yes, I think they are. I can't say that. Of course, like nobody can say that with certainty, but I think they will. Maybe not anytime soon, but I think they will eventually. But I could be like 100% wrong. They might never make one again, which is not what I hope. I would certainly love to see another Arkham game, and nothing like Gotham Knights. Like Gotham Knights wasn't. What I really wanted to see. I want to see another Arkham game with an Arkham title, and I would certainly get it if it came out. But that's pretty much it. I was just tossing around this idea of like, what if they came back with another Arkham game, and it's been that way pretty much since Arkham Knight came out, and it's been kind of at a standstill. But I was just thinking about it, over this week or so, and I was thinking, why not make it a podcast? Just a little podcast here. But it's really nice to talk about it's more of a theoretical podcast. Like, it's kind of a raw thoughts kind of thing. Like, I'm not really reading off a script, like I said. But, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Gamers Podcast. So, to comment down below, do you guys think they're going to make another Arkham game? Or maybe they won't, or whatever? Are you guys Arkham fans? Comment down below. Let's discuss it. With that being said, make sure to subscribe for more content, like the video, all that good stuff. Discord, Twitch, Instagram. Links in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.